Chipper with the perfect on the changeup again. We finally have an endgame squad for Backyard Baseball, and the Mighty Wombats will be my team. Thanks for clicking on this video. My name is Kasabe. I've been making some Backyard Baseball related stadiums over the last couple years. I've been itching to try out the newest version of my Playground Commons, which is the one with the tall fence over in right field. And we finally have the players to go with it after some endgame players were added. So let's go over the squad here and I'll show you my team, which is based on Backyard Baseball 2003. Every time I got a card, they just added a new one. So we finally have the endgame Griffey. I was about to use the second half Griffey just a short while ago. Every player that you see here is from Backyard Baseball 2003, with the exception of Alfonso Soriano. Backyard Baseball 2003 quite literally does not have any second basemen that are in the game. So we had to borrow from Backyard Baseball 2005, which Soriano was a part of. There's just a lot of first basemen in that game, so my entire bench is just kind of stacked with first basemen. So in the outfield, I have Ken Griffey Jr. and Vlad Sr. We also have Chipper Jones in left field, since third base and shortstop's also kind of stacked. And in MLB The Show, they don't have a lot of secondary positions. So Jimmy Rollins, for example, can't play anywhere else. He has to play shortstop. Third base, we have Jim Thome or Troy Glaus, or we could put Chipper Jones there. I'm going to stick him in left field for now. As I mentioned, Soriano is the only second baseman option. There was none in 2003, so we're putting him there. And first base, I mean, pretty much the entire bench. There's even a few players that are missing that could be on this roster. We have Frank Thomas, Jason Giambi, Sean Green, Todd Helton, and there's a few players missing like Jeff Bagwell, for example. Jason Kendall we have as a backup catcher to Mike Piazza. We just got this Mike Piazza card a short while ago with 125 hitting, almost across the board except for power versus left, so have him in there, and Kendall's a good speed option in case we need it off the bench. If you're wondering where Albert Pujols is, we have so many first basemen that I actually borrowed him for the relief pitcher because pitchers are kind of hard to come by for Backyard Baseball. We have Randy Johnson, Albert Pujols, and that's about it. I wish there was a Frank Thomas card, kind of similar to his pitching abilities in the game, but we just kind of had to borrow some other pitching legends from around the same era. I know Dontrelle Willis was in a later edition of the game. Greg Maddux, I think, might have been in 2001. There were a few pitchers, but a lot of them that are from that time period, in 2003 at least, don't exist in the game. We don't have a Tim Hudson card, Brad Radke. So a lot of what you see here, actually Eric Gagne, I think, was in one of the later games as well. So he's our closing pitcher. The rest of these are kind of around that 2003 time frame. So in this game, I'm going to be playing as Randy Johnson for the pitcher. After that, we might have to borrow, again, some other pitchers from around the same time period. But let's go ahead and get the game started, see if we can get our home stadium at Playground Commons. Actually, here's a quick look at the uniforms before we begin. I stylized it after the 2003 Backyard Baseball. Obviously, they don't have a logo that they can put on the chest, but you basically just have two-tone uniforms with the hats and the sleeves. And then the pants, pretty much everybody looks like they're wearing blue jeans as a part of the game, so we had to do some like baby blue pants that are as close to jean colors as possible. Let's get a look at Playground Commons. There you go. I added the stage over there to left field with the scoreboard so you can at least see what's going on. Randy Johnson on the mound, the imposing figure. I haven't really used him much in competitive play, but I do have him parallel 4. It's the 99 collection reward. Been playing a lot of offline games at this stadium. To be honest, I'm not very good with Randy Johnson. I mean, a lot of people have been using him in qualifiers for a while. The one thing we'll have to watch out for in this stadium is we do have quite a bit of elevation, not quite max, but I did want it to kind of simulate the actual game. There were a lot of home runs and runs scored. Offense would definitely be something that's a lot higher. And there we go, a 1-2-3 inning for Randy Johnson. Let's see if we can get our offense going with Rollins, Soriano, and Griffey, 1-2-3. I played a few events games with Jimmy Rollins. His speed and contact is great. Haven't really had the opportunity to try and go deep with him yet. Blake Snell on the mound, 94 overall. This guy must really love Blake Snell, even though there's a better version of him on the Padres from the monthly program, I believe. Got a good mix though, a lot of off-speed pitches and then a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Pitch was a bit low, still made some good contact on it though. Soriano I just absolutely rake with, but he's a little bit worse against lefties, so we might have to be aware of that earlier on. Ooh, he was on that one. Another low slider though. We gotta watch for those. There we go. That one's another low pitch, but this time we're on it. Right up the middle for a base hit. Gotta watch out for some double play balls now too. Maybe be a bit more selective with Ken Griffey Jr. He's gonna attack the bottom and outside part of the zone like he did right there with that slider. Oh, I was expecting the slider there. That's a double play ball on a changeup left in the middle of the zone. Pujols, the first baseman, the one guy that we don't have on our lineup. Ooh, a long drive on the outside part of the plate. He's going to live to tell about it. Just a step in front of the warning track for out number 1. Like, look where that splitter is. That is a dot on the outside part of the plate, and he's still nearly wrapped that for a home run. So I talked about some players that we weren't able to put on the roster, like Jeff Bagwell. Guerrero was one of those that made the cut. The other outfielder that I might have thought about is there's a home run into right field. Yeah, he's late on those fastballs. With that one, I definitely left in the middle of the zone. I was going to say that a couple of the players that we left out, Jeff Bagwell, Carlos Delgado's another one in the outfield that we could potentially have. Another first baseman too. Delgado played left field and first base. We just got to keep him off of his game with what he expects between off-speed and fastball. But if we are going to do fastballs, we're going to go inside and not leave him out the other part of the plate because he's been late on a lot of these. And that's what he got rewarded with on that home run just a few batters ago. Boggs we can maybe attack a little bit. He doesn't have too much power. That's a rip, but right at Griffey. So we gave up a home run to Guerrero, the opposite field. There's a replay of it right there. We'll see if we can strike back here with the middle of the order. Here's Mike Piazza's first AB as a member of the Wombats. We did have his Takashi card earlier. And again, 125 contact, but power is a bit worse against lefties. Piazza's one of those guys too where I'm better as a push hitter. Like, I'm better when I'm late with Piazza, so maybe we can steal one over the right field fence. Wow, just beat that out. And again, we chased that low slider. We've been really on top of those today. That circle change, I keep thinking is a slider. Oh, he ran right past it with Snell. That's got to be infuriating if you're the opponent there. Now Frank Thomas, who mashes lefties with a chance to maybe score a run here. Oh, we were early on the circle change. That was crushed, but foul. There we go, Frank. We finally read the circle change, and that one is absolutely blasted out to left field for a 3-run bomb. Big Hurt circles the pillows. 456 out there. Dang. The funny thing about Frank Thomas is pitching is his best attribute in Backyard Baseball 2003. He doesn't hit a lot of home runs, but we were able to square one up there. Chipper just off of that slider again. If I were him, I'd just keep throwing sliders because we're still swinging at him low in the zone. Randy's got stamina to burn too. Only 24 pitches with 2 outs here in the third. Maybe we can see if we can get a first pitch swing. Oh, we left that fastball up again. That's the one thing with Randy is if they square up the fastball and you leave it anywhere off the paint. Oh, that's going to stay fair too. Is there any wind today? It looked like it stayed inside the line. No wind. Okay, so we're back tied at 3. Randy, after a first few couple outs to start the inning, is now giving up back-to-back home runs. Maybe we start attacking with a bit more of the off-speed stuff. He's starting to square up the fastball. That was a slurve right down the middle of the plate here, too. Randy is struggling here with these last few batters. 0-2 pitch. You got to take that out of the zone, and I'm surprised that wasn't a home run. That's the second time I've gotten Pujols to swing at that splitter, just dotted on the outside part of the plate. The first one was nearly a home run. That one, a single up the middle. That one was even out of the zone. Rollins over there at short steals a base hit. Oh, that's going to get him on the toe. That's a base runner. Steal with Rollins. Piazza through the hole. Go home, Jimmy. There we go. Even the strong arm of Guerrero, I think, over there in left field is not going to make the play. Now we have Vlad, 125s across the board against lefties. That's through the hole again. Ooh, he decides to go inside with the fastball. I haven't seen that yet today. We'll end the third inning. We got the lead back 4-3. Gonna have to be careful with Anderson, who's definitely goated against lefties. Oh, I wanted that inside. It stayed up high. And of course, Tim Anderson. Chipper with the perfect on the changeup again. 448. We're averaging almost 450 a home run today. Rollins, maybe we can steal a home run here before the end of the inning. That's not going to have enough, is it? It is. Wow. Jimmy Rollins in on the hands. It's going to be at the wall. Griffey's probably not going to have to jump, though. Ooh. Splitter in the dirt. Can we turn 2? There's 1. Over to first, double play. All right, you know what? I'm going to substitute Troy Glaus as long as he's keeping Snell in. Get the better matchup this late in the game. All right. Glaus works the leadoff walk. That's going to be not quite an extra base hit. Runner stalled at first, so we're just going to take the single here. And tie him up. There we go. Johnson's still over 50% stamina, about 60 pitches here. And we're starting to get a lot more swing and miss stuff on the strikeouts with the fastball. Brings in Lou Gehrig, pinch hitter, lefty v lefty. See if we can elevate the fastball high and out of the zone. He hasn't really seen that sight level today. And there we go. Johnson strikes out the side in the 7th. Wow. Brings in Tom Glavine out of the bullpen. Hold on a second. Brings in another starting pitcher. Okay. There we go. Griffey the other way. Doesn't have enough steam. Oh, that would have hit the top of the wall. There we go. 4 straight strikeouts with Randy, and I think all of them were on a fastball. The other way on an inside fastball. Oh my goodness. Soriano, great defense over there at second base. Got the speed, got the arm, got the glove, got everything. We're 1 out away here with Randy Johnson, and then we'll go to Albert Pujols. So he won't have a Pujols versus Pujols matchup, unfortunately. I don't really want to face Vlad with Randy Johnson here in a second. Chopper to Glaus. Should be able to make the throw over there. All right, Randy Johnson threw 8 innings. Ready and waiting, scheduled to put him in the game. Yeah, he only does have 2 pitches, so this could be a disaster. Glaus the other way. I think he fell asleep there. And it just automatically pitches a fastball after a while, so that might have been a free run by Troy Glaus. All right, so we have a little bit of breathing room now with Pujols. Frank, if he can get another home run, I would love you so much. There we go, sweeping curve. Finally get it to stay fair. That's just going to be a single, though. Don't need to push that. You know, this might be one of those things where if I score too much here in the end, the game might just end. We don't even have an opportunity to do Pujols. No, it's going to be a double play, so we are going to have to throw with Pujols here. With a 2-run lead, here we go. Noted pitcher Albert Pujols, 80-mile-an-hour fastball, 12-6 curve that just touches 70. Oh my goodness. Get ready, strap in. Start him off with a 12-6 curve. He's early on it. That would have been a home run. Come on, Pujols, you can do it. Oh, you thought about it. You can get him to reach outside on a curveball or maybe just steal the strike. Rollins, grounder. 1 away, Pujols. Anderson's not very good against righties, so we might have an advantage here too. Maybe can we just dot the outside part of the plate? He reached for it, Griffey! Get that second out, big dog. There we go. And up next is Wade Boggs, who I saw earlier in the game he was batting 118 with. But if he does get a hit, tying run to the plate, it's a grounder to Thomas. Take it yourself. Albert Pujols with the 3-out save, no base runners allowed. And the Wombats take this one at Playground Commons 7-5. Really offensive game to start. It kind of fizzled out there towards the end. We traded runs in the 8th, but we started to maybe settle in a little bit more with pitching on both sides. A little bit overly aggressive there that last inning when we were pitching with Pujols. All you had to do was maybe wait for one down the middle to make a mistake on, but I think I only threw like 5, maybe 6 pitches after all was said and done with Pujols. A little angry though. He had 2 home runs with Ken Griffey Jr., and I did not get a single hit with Griffey, so maybe next time we use the backyard baseball squad. We really spread the love though. As you see there in the box score, 4 home runs, each by different players. Troy Glaus again was kind of a gimme, but even without that run, we still would have won with the save by Pujols. But that's going to do it for this episode of Team Build Tuesdays. I urge you to download Playground Commons, play at Backyard Baseball Stadium. My name in the vault is Kasabe with an underscore, same as my channel name, just again with an underscore. You can search for it, as well as some of the other created stadiums that I've built. Maybe next time we'll play as the Humongous Melonheads or maybe some other backyard baseball team, but I love this team build right here, especially now that you have quite a bit of different players to choose from. At first base especially, first base is just completely loaded. Thank you for watching. This has been Kasabe. We'll see you next time.